What the fuck was that?
Why you so upset, man?
I just witnessed one of the dumbest superhero deaths in fucking TV history, bro. Come on!
I need to hear your reaction.
All right, listen.
You're getting a bit off topic here, sir. All right.
Because that's rule number one.
Well, listen. When you edit this, I need some music behind it. I need triumph. All right. I need or maybe the Imperial March. Maybe that. Some sort of dark wizard music or something. So I don't know. Maybe something joyous and triumphant, or something like a John Williams score, or maybe.
Listen.
Maybe the Imperial March is the thing. Maybe that's the thing I'm going for. Okay?
I don't know what kind of money you think I have to buy the rights to any of that music.
The Imperial March. I need some classics. I need some classics.
You better call up your boy. You better call up your boy Kirby Smart to fit that bill, buddy.
Kirby Paul Smart, my man.
His middle name is Paul.
Paul. His middle name is Paul. Yeah,
that sounds about right. All right, so what we here for, man? What do you want to get off your chest, huh?
We are here to celebrate true greatness. We are here to celebrate one of the best 2-year runs in college football history.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best coaching jobs ever from a coach, Kirby Paul Smart. We are here to celebrate the genius that is Stequavius Bennett. We are here to celebrate the Georgia Bulldogs, 2022 college national football champion.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot about that. It's been a while.
I know you did. I did not. Okay. This is incredible. All right.
Right.
65-7.
It was a thrashing.
It was an obliteration.
Yep.
Unlike anything anyone's ever seen on a college football stage.
That's true.
TCU, I'm very sorry. That wasn't personal. That was about us achieving our reaching our full potential. That's what that was about. It wasn't a bullying. People say that was bullying, or people say we ran up the score. That was about a coach. That was about a coach wanting his team to put together a complete game, because we had yet to do it all season. Like, let's just whoop somebody's ass for 4 quarters. Can we get it done? And man, they did it, and it was beautiful. If you're a Georgia fan, we are the kings of college football, 2 years in a row, back to back. This is great. Last year we were a nice story. Everybody was happy for us. People thought it was cool that we beat Alabama. It felt like after Luka and the crew blew up the Death Star 1. We went and we celebrated and stuff like that. It was all cool. And this year it feels like the other thing. It's like, oh no, they're still here. This year we've embraced the dark side, and it was awesome.
Well, I mean,
it was awesome.
I would listen. I know I give you grief and shit. I'm very proud of the Georgia Bulldogs. Go SEC. Listen, I'm all for it. I'm all for the fans to celebrate. I'm saying calm down with the pinky. You're extending it a bit much. You're going to strain it a little bit.
I'm not really doing a pinky thing right now. I'm doing
no, not right now.
But I hadn't got highfalutin yet. I hadn't reached that part yet. I'm not highfalutin yet. Right now, I'm embracing the power. Okay, now I'm in full.
Listen, how long has it been? When did y'all win it this past Monday?
Yes.
Listen, ever since then, it's been nothing but, man, the recruiting this, the recruiting that. Oh, we pulled another one. Hey, check. Hey, you smell this? This is my fart. Doesn't it smell great?
Oh, man, the whole room stinks with my farts.
And listen, I get it. It's well deserved. Whenever your team wins the chip, you're supposed to act like this. The dignified stuff goes out the window. I get it. I get it, and it's completely understandable. Everyone celebrates different. Y'all haven't even had y'all parade yet, right? That's tomorrow, right?
That is tomorrow. Yes, that is tomorrow.
So hey, I'm sure you're not going to that, right?
No, I won't be. I don't do crowds, brother. I don't do crowds. I love them, but I'll be watching from Twitter. All right, I don't want to be there.
Right, I got
really
you. Kirby Paul Smart.
Listen, man, I didn't celebrate after the Ohio State win. I was too busy being grateful. All right, I wasn't a dick. I just had fun with the win. I enjoyed it. And, I was too busy on my hands and knees thanking the gods for getting us through a tough win. But, man, this is the championship. I'm sorry.
Listen,
I've got it. It's full Darth Vader here now.
That was an exhibition game. I'm not counting that.
That was a scrimmage.
I'm not counting that.
Well, that's the funny part about it. People are like, it was too easy. But listen, we had our heart one last year. Last year was the heartwarming tale of a team trying to triumph over a giant. This year, look, every run, you have what you would call the coronation of like a great achievement. That's what that was Monday. That was the coronation. That was, man, you guys really are great, huh? We didn't have to sweat it out. By the end of the first quarter, it was like, yep, it's going to be one of those nights. And it was, man. And he just kept pouring it on, man. We played a backup quarterback in the national championship game. That was awesome.
You're not going to mention the food y'all were eating on the sideline?
Chicken wings in the third quarter. The offensive line, they were hungry. They worked hard, and they deserved it, okay? You got to feed the big dogs, okay? You got a chance to see our white walk-on running back. We have a white walk-on running back. We got a chance to see him. That's a real ass whooping when you see him. It's really bad. That means you're getting whipped.
Jeez.
I felt bad for TCU because you overachieve all year and your reward is to face the Death Star. And that sucks. that fucking sucks, man. Think about it. Dude, you played so good all year. People are rooting against you guys, and you got to constantly win these games. You're supposed to lose to Texas. You go on the road, you take out Texas. Cool. You're supposed to fucking lose to Baylor. You go on the road, you take out Baylor. It's like, fuck you, double middle fingers. Keep cry harder, keep rooting against us. Then they finally take an L against Kansas State, and people are like, yeah, get them out of here. Fuck yeah. And people are like, yeah, Alabama's going to be in now. And the committee's like, no. Mm-hmm. The committee leaves them in. And they do it again, dude. They fucking beat Michigan. It was awesome, man. They punched Michigan in the fucking face. But to be fair, I told people, and you probably see my Facebook post, you guys got to stop comparing Michigan to fucking UGA. That's not the same. Like, stop it right now. It's a bet. You're making a mistake. So TCU had beat Michigan, and they thought that they were playing a better version of Michigan. And it's like, brother, no, you're not. You're playing against something completely monstrous. Listen, we are marauders, okay? This is not Michigan. This is not Michigan Plus, okay? This is a fucking this is some shit that you hadn't seen all year. And you can tell by the first quarter, they just didn't know what hit them. It's like, what the fuck? I thought you guys said they were like a better version of Michigan. We should be in the game then. No, man. TCU, Sonny Dykes, the head coach of the, Texas Christian University, you should subscribe to my Facebook page. You just saw it because I kept saying it. You guys got to really stop doing that, man.
Right.
Stop saying we're like Michigan. We're like a better version of Michigan. Dude, that doesn't even begin to explain what Kirby Paul Smart has put together in Athens. He has put together some shit. And it's just so after that game in which we barely beat Ohio State, you also caught the Death Star in a bad mood because we barely beat Ohio State. People were talking shit because we hurt Marvin Harrison Jr. and we won the game. So not only did you catch the attack dog, you caught the attack dog at the worst possible time. And dude, it was like watching Frieza like kill the entire fucking Saiyan planet with his finger beam. Remember that? That's what it was like. Yeah. That's what it was like. It was like watching fucking Frieza in that chair, and the ball just gets bigger and bigger, dog. And
that's gonna be the thumbnail.
Dog, the score was 45, It was 45-7. We're in the fourth quarter. No, I'm sorry. It was 52-7. It's the fourth quarter. The backup's in. It's 4th and 5. Kirby Smart goes for it and gets it. I was like, man, this is something else. What are you doing? We were going to score 13 more points. 65-7. Listen, the kicker felt bad. He missed an extra point. It could have been 66-7. The only time they scored was when we made a mistake, left a guy wide open. They would not have scored that game. They would not have scored a single fucking point if that does not happen.
Hey,
this was, man, that was a thumping, dog. And I didn't have that. I knew we were going to win. I say, listen, we're going to win by 4 or 5 touchdowns, which would have been impressive. Dude, I didn't see that coming. That was, whoa. Oh, man. Wow.
I might have tuned in and watched it if it was 0 to whatever going into the second half. I would have wanted to see how worse can it get. And I know that's just 7 points, but hey, to see a shutout like that, I think I might have watched some of it. But listen, I didn't watch any of it. I know when we talked earlier, I said I'm hoping for a TCU win, but only because it'd be a good story. Like it's SEC, and people got, besides Ohio State, people got to realize it's just different. Like it's not the same quality of football. Two-loss Alabama is clearly better than an undefeated Michigan or I think they lost one game. Or maybe they went undefeated. It's just not the same. It's not on the same. Listen, SEC is the round earth and everyone else is just flat earth. It's like it's just you can't comprehend the difference. It's just it's like no, this can't be real. And
poor Max Duggan. Max Duggan, first of all, one of my favorite stories this year. Hell of a kid, hell of a quarterback. He played so well all year. But he had never seen 300-pound dudes move the way they moved Monday. He had never seen that. Like D linemen fucking just caving their shit in and then chasing them down. He was like, what the fuck is this, dude? I've been getting away all year, and these fucking assholes are coming. Like these fucking guys. Like, what are they on? Like, what is this? Like, it was
cornbread fed, man. Some big fellas.
It was something else, man. They're not just big, they're big and they're fucking fast. It's like, what the fuck is this? Like Jalen Carter, like the best player on the D line, he's probably gonna go and fucking run like a fucking 4.7.5, 4.8 at 305 pounds. He's probably gonna run that time. It's gonna be fucking impressive. We got linebackers that run like, wide receivers and running backs. And I just don't think they expected that kind of team speed. And then when you pair that up with just the physicality of what they're facing, it was tough. It was tough. Kirby Smart said after the game that he showed the Bulldogs tape of when Kobe ran through Paul Gasol's chest in the Olympic Games, like that opening round against Spain. And I was like, yeah, dog, he turned him up. He tuned him up, man. He said, listen, what we're going to do is really fucking bad, all right? And I need you guys to get mentally. Think about that. You're having to tell a team, what I'm going to ask you guys to do today is going to be so bad, I'm going to have to psych you up for you to do it. Because it's not really natural for you to go and do what I'm going to demand that we do here, okay? I'm going to need you.
Did you hear his pregame speech?
Yes. Well, listen, they call them leaks. That's Kirby Smart PR right there. He does that about 3 times a season, and one of those leak out, and it's always like that. Like it's always some shit like that. Yeah. Like that was poor Sonny Dykes, man. I mean, good coach. Still, Texas Christian still a good team. They just caught the wrong dog at the wrong time, man. Just put it bluntly. They caused it a bad time. Last year we had to sweat it out, and this year he even said he wanted to have Stetson Bennett. He planned to have Stetson Bennett get a standing ovation. Like he planned that. Like yeah. We're gonna beat them so bad. I'm gonna pull you in the fourth, and we're gonna have time to cheer you on as you walk away because he's 37 years old and he's been here a long time,
Right.
and we just want to show our appreciation. He did that. He did that for Stetson, and he did that for the other seniors that weren't coming back. And that was, man, that was awesome. I'm gonna have to learn to embrace my new villainy, because everybody in the SEC hates us now, man. I mean, you got fans, dude. SEC fans across the SEC landscape, they are in shambles because we went from being a very good team that was kind of always around. We always going to win 10 games, but we weren't really good enough to win championships, even though we should have been, because this state produces so much talent that it feeds the entire conference, right?
Right.
So it never made sense that Georgia, being the home of in that state, they couldn't harness it completely. So everybody always kind of knew, like Nick Saban even said it, that Georgia was like the best job in the country for a coach because it's so much here. And we finally got the right guy, and now it's a fucking Death Star, and now people hate it because people are like, oh shit. And I told you last week, I'm like, hey man, listen, I'm sorry, we're not going nowhere. Like, we have a legitimate chance to three-peat. Listen, you can clip that if you want, all right? We've got a legitimate chance to win 3.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if you can stave off complacency to win 3 because that's hard to do, but they've got a roster to win a 3rd straight national title, bro. Like, it's nuts.
Listen,
it's
unless everyone outside the SEC bands together, get together and just give all the great players to Ohio State.
Yeah, do a spirit bomb.
Yeah. Or Nick Saban just like, okay, I don't know. I think Nick Saban's going to be the one to have to do it because I don't really see anyone else in the SEC. I don't believe Tennessee.
No.
I don't believe in South Carolina with Spencer Rattler, even though he came on strong in the second half. And who else was LSU? Brian Kelly, maybe. I don't know.
They're coming. Not yet, but yeah.
I think he was ahead of schedule this season. Yes. But it's going to have to be from the SEC because that whole. I know I said I don't think Dabo and Clemson is done yet, but the way Dabo is refusing to grow, like, and accept NIL stuff and just things like that, players aren't going to want to go there. The players he may want end up going, go to him, his type of players or whatever. But listen, them big hogs up front and all them other players that you need, they're not going to go to Clemson. So I think Clemson done. Ohio State, I think, is going to be around there.
They got a defense, but yeah.
And hey, listen, someone's going to get Urban Meyer back in the saddle, and that's probably going to be it. I'm not going to say three-peat because to me that term makes no sense. Three-peat, it means repeating 3 times. You're winning 3 times. You're not repeating 3 times. If you repeat 3 times, that means you won 4 in a row. But I'm not going to get into that. That's just me and how my brain works.
That's semantics. I get it. I get it. Listen, by the way, winning 3 is gonna be hard as fuck. Because complacency sets in, right? Like, you guys look around, all of a sudden you're like real full, and you get caught slipping. That's how this game works. Always worked that way. It's a reason no one's ever done it, right? It's a reason no one's ever done 3 straight in college football, right? It's hard to do. This team has a chance. They've got a shot. And Kirby Smart seems to be a master manipulator / psychologist. And he can because he had these guys on national TV saying, somebody say we was going 7-5. It's like, dude, nobody picked you guys to go 7-5. Right. But Kirby Smart, he fucking put that shit in them kids' brain, and they fucking went out there very pissed off about it. Like, hey, we got a chance to repeat. We're going to do it.
Yeah, it's definitely possible.
It was impressive. It was made even better by the fact that David Pollock, ex-UGA linebacker, 3-time All-American, Mr. Georgia, love David Pollock. He sat across from Nick Saban on the ESPN set, and he said that Georgia had taken control of college football, and Nick Saban just had to eat it. He couldn't say anything. He just had to sit there. And he just had to fucking eat it. And it was so great. He just sat there. He was pissed off. He wanted to say something. but he couldn't say anything. He's on national TV. This was one of those games where Nick Saban, I'm not coming. I'm not gonna do that. No.
Right.
I'm not gonna do the pregame show because this is about to be utter destruction. Like, because normally Nick does it for PR purposes.
Right.
Man, that was the greatest commercial for UGA ever. And Nick was just sitting there like, what the fuck? It was great.
Hey, listen. You know how I feel towards college football. I'm not as invested as most people who watch college football. Main reason I don't watch college football. I watch my Gators, and I may watch. I'll look at highlights and stuff like that. But for reason you wanted me to watch that game that ended up being 65-7, I wouldn't have enjoyed that. Even if
watch it from the perspective of a Georgia fan, okay, and just imagine how fun it is.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest. If the Broncos, if the Gators were putting up that many points, I would have checked in later. I wouldn't have watched the whole game. Like, that's just not entertaining. Hey, it's funny, it's great. It's just not that kind of entertaining to me. Okay, we're up at the half. I'll come back in at the fourth quarter. Man, who's that guy throwing the ball? I haven't seen him in a while. This is entertaining. That would have been it for me.
This game woke up my inner sadist, okay? I enjoyed it.
You think that?
All right.
You think this is the game that woke it up?
This game woke it.
Because it wasn't around before, No,
it wasn't. It wasn't never here before. All right, never here. I was never a sadomasochist, but man, I am now. That was fun.
Listen, before you had the devil on the one shoulder and the angel on the other. Now you just got two devils. The devil was always bigger and louder. The angel was there because it was a requirement. But and the angel's not even actually a devil. He's just in Georgia Bulldogs red. That's all it is. That's what you got on your shoulder. That's what's going on.
It was Palpatine looking at a young Anakin, telling him to kill fucking Dooku. All right, wipe his head off.
Right.
Do it. And fucking Kirby Smart looked at the young dogs. He said, "Do it," and they knew it. They knew it wasn't right, but the master manipulator, he can get them to just do what you got to do.
Right.
It's like, the backup quarterback literally had that look on his face, like, "What have I done?" Like, man, we're still scoring. The backup was in the game, like, what the fuck, man? Like, but we weren't throwing the ball; we were running the ball with backups, and it was just still working.
Listen, that's worse. That's worse.
Hey, it is worse. It is worse.
That's worse that the other team had to put in their backups and you still couldn't score on them. It's like
our second team offense outscored their first team 21-0. It was really bad. It was really, really bad. That was a message to the rest of college football. Hey, Kirby Smart saying, "Hey, I'm not fucking around. All right, listen. The rest of you fucks out there, because so as a Georgia fan, to give you a little history, one of my complaints is sometimes, and the fan base at large, we don't run scores up. Like, that's just not something that we do. So it was weird because usually our goal is to get up 35 and we're just going to sit on the football. We're just going to sit on you, right? Like, it's the game's over now. Just so let's let the clock run, right?
Right.
So normally we don't keep calling plays. Man, this dude was still dialing up passes. I was like, man, this feels dirty. this feels bad, but it feels good. At the same time, it was impressive. It was impressive, man. Hats off to the 2022 University Georgia Bulldogs. Stetson Bennett, one of the best players to ever come through with his story. There's so many comparisons for UGA, whether it's Kirby being Darth Vader, but another comparison for all my anime fans, Stetson Bennett is fucking like Aaron Yeager, and like he has the power to see the future, and he manipulated this thing the whole time. Poor Duggan. Duggan didn't know. Duggan didn't know that he wasn't the main character of the story. It was fucking Aaron Bennett, fucking manipulating all the events. Because he knows what's going to happen. He's writing his own book here. And Stetson put together a hell of a book. This is going to be a great movie. He put together a hell of a book. That that was super. As a person that grew up a fan of Georgia sports, we never have this stuff. Like we never have this guy, like the guy that nobody expects to win anything, wins it all twice, or the team that nobody expects to do anything. All of a sudden they pop up and they're a juggernaut. That doesn't happen for like us in the state. And now we got UGA, and it's just like, man, it's fun.
Well, that's usually because the quarterback's usually not, look, if your quarterback can rent a car in college football, something's not right. Because you have to be 24, right, to rent a car in this country.
Yes.
Your guy's 25. Like,
5 years old, yes.
he should be reaching the prime of his NFL career, but he's still in college football.
Well, but to be fair, the guy was a walk-on. So Stetson Bennett, in my opinion, you can learn a lot of life lessons from Stetson Bennett. Like it's like for me, it's like a parent. No, I mean not as here. What I'm saying is this: it's proof that like these arbitrary limits we set on people, or these arbitrary time frames we put on people, like we don't have to do it that way. Because everybody tossed them to the dumpster, right? Even me, I was like, this guy's a walk-on. We got 5 stars on the bench. What are you doing? Play the 5-star, right? And like it's just kind of proof that if you invest in a person and develop a person, that people have incredible capabilities. That's what I see. But that's what I take from Stetson Bennett, right? Yeah, he's older. First of all, him being older, there are a lot of college football players now, right now that are like 24 and 25 years old, and that's because of the COVID year gave everybody an extra year of eligibility. So he had a COVID year, and he also had a year that he transferred from junior college. So that gave him another year. So that's how he got 2 extra years, essentially. Right. But that's going to be a thing. Did you hear about the Oregon kid? He's 9th year of eligibility because he had like 3 years. He had like 3 medical red shirts.
Oh, wow.
So his kid's like 29 years old. He has a family. He's got a wife.
Hey, whatever you got to do. Hope you got a good NIL deal.
Yeah, I would just do that forever. I would never be a pro. I just do NIL forever in college. I get hurt, and I'll come back, medical red shirt again. I'll do it again.
Right.
But yeah, the Stetson Bennett thing to me is, as a life lesson, invest in a person, believe in a person, and give that person a real chance, and you'll be impressed what a lot of us can do. And that's all the Stetson Bennett story is, man. I mean, he stayed in the program, and it's also a story of perseverance, right? So if you're one of those people and you don't think you've reached your potential, or you don't think you've been given a fair shot, man, just keep trying. Just keep trying, just keep pushing, because good things happen to those that do. He's the most stubbornest person I've ever seen, because I probably would have quit. When I walk into Kirby Smart's office and I tell him, hey, I want to play, I'm going to transfer, and he's like, no, you're never going to play here. Dude, I'll probably just fucking transfer again. Like, all right, well, I guess I'll go I'm a walk-on, so I guess I'll go be the quarterback at Jones State again or whatever, right? Because I guess I reached my limit. This fucking kid's like, fuck you, I'm a quarterback. I'm a good one. And he just kept doing it. He just kept pushing until fucking Kirby threw his hands up. Like, all right, fucking fine. You're the fucking guy. Here you go.
Right.
And it fucking paid off, man. It's fucking nuts. It's nuts. Like the movie that's gonna be a Stetson Bennett movie is gonna be fucking nuts. It is. Like,
first of all, it's gonna be a documentary. Calm down.
It's gonna be a movie. No. They're gonna make this is gonna be a movie, okay? Hey, this is gonna be a Hollywood biopic, bro.
Oh,
Timothy Chalamet is gonna be Stetson Bennett. Fucking Paul Blart's gonna be Kirby Smart.
Oh Lord.
Listen, man.
Wait, Paul Blart, he was already Sean Payton in a movie.
That's why he's gonna be Kirby too. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Just rotate him. Yeah, just rotate him.
Oh man.
Like, seriously, like, bro, it's an incredible story. It really is. It's like, because I can't think of a young person. A lot of us don't have that kind of conviction to go, no.
He's not a young person.
Yeah, but he was young when he was pushing. He was young. Look, he got the rewards when he got older. But as a 19-year-old, he walks into Kirby Smart's office and he's like, hey, I'm going to transfer because you guys aren't playing me. And Kirby's like looking up like, dude, you're a fucking walk-on. No, I'm not playing you. And the guy's like, I think I'm better than that. And Kirby's like, all right, I guess you're transferring. And then the kid transfers. Then the next year, Justin Fields transfers. So we need another scholarship quarterback. They called Stetson back because he was a pretty good scout team quarterback, and say, "Hey, Stetson, you want a scholarship?" It's like, "Yeah, I want it. Of course, I want a fucking scholarship." So they bring him back on scholarship. And they're telling him again, "Yeah, you're a scholarship quarterback, but you're still not going to play." And he's like, "All right, I'll show you, motherfuckers." He was 20 years old at that point, right? 20, 21 years old. A lot of people fucking walk away. Like, okay, well, fuck you again, I guess. I guess I'll sit here and be a backup. But he's like, "No, man, I'm better than that. I'm not a fucking backup. I'm better than what you got on the roster right now." And he believes it. Like, it's nuts. It's like, this dude believes it. This fucking kid, he's 5'10", soaking wet, 180 pounds. And he's like, "I'm better than what you have on your roster right now. Fuck every 5-star on your roster. I'm better than them." And they're like, "No, you're not." And he's like, "I'll show you." And then he just keeps knocking, man. It's just a lesson for people, man. Not just college athletes, just for people, right? Just keep knocking, man. Just keep trying stuff. And don't put arbitrary time limits on your whatever your goals are. Look, this kid's 25 years old, sure, but it happened, right? Like, this was a remarkable college career. And it's something that he made happen because he just wouldn't fucking give up. He just was like, "No, I'm the quarterback."
Right.
Like, he said he wanted to be the quarterback of UGA at 7, 8, 9 years old, right? And to just have the conviction to keep trying, keep pushing, keep trying, keep pushing. To me, it's incredible, right? People laugh at the kid's age, and I do too. It's funny, but at the same time, dude, what could any of us accomplish if we had his mindset? Because this kid's he's a 2-time national champion now. What could we do if we were just kind of given the opportunity? And we weren't just given the opportunity, we were prepared for the moment once we got the opportunity. Because that's the part most of us don't do, right? We all want the thing, but a lot of us aren't really ready for it when it comes. Like, we can't grab it and hold it, right? That kid was ready. It's very impressive.
I think a lot of us don't know what that thing is we want.
Yes, and that's true too. We got you got to identify what it is you want. His goal was very fucking clear. I want to be the fucking starting quarterback of the University of Georgia. Period. Like, he had a very clear goal. I want to be the starting quarterback at this university, and I'm going to give it everything I got to make that happen.
Right.
Impressive. I'm thoroughly impressed by Stetson Bennett. Like, little white kid from Blackshear, Georgia. I don't know where the hell you get that kind of audacity, but damn it, if we all had a little bit of it, I think most of the world would be a lot better. It's impressive. Thoroughly impressed. I'll try to impart the lesson on my own son one day and just hope he takes, But I'll tell you straight up, brother, I left. Fuck it. Kirby said I'm not no good.
Well, he did leave, but then he came back.
Walk on. Yeah, but he came back. And this time he was like, "Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm sticking here. I'm sticking here." But like, Kirby always tells the story, and he was floored. He was floored by how the guy came into his office legitimately asking, "Why am I not playing?" Like, he's completely impervious to the fact that he's a walk-on quarterback. He's not a 5-star. He's not a 3-star. He's not a 4-star. This is a walk-on. He's impervious to that. He's like, "Why am I not playing?" Kirby's like, "What? Yeah. Why the fuck am I not playing?" Kirby's like, "Wait, you're a fucking walk-on, bro. Like, the job is to be a scout team quarterback. Like, that's why you came, to be a scout team quarterback." And the kid's like, "No, I'm better than that." And Kirby's like, "What?" Like, just imagine, like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Get out of here. And the kid's like, "I'm going to fucking transfer if you don't play me." And Kirby's like, "All right, motherfucker, I guess transfer." And the kid does it because he's like, "Yeah, I think I can really play." And then after that, some luck's involved, right? Justin Fields transfers. And we need another quarter. We need a backup. We need another backup. So we call Stetson again. And this time Stetson's like, "Okay, motherfucker, I got a scholarship and I won't be denied now. All right. You'll see. I won't be denied." And he wasn't. I'm thoroughly impressed by the guy. Like, Stetson Bennett, the patron saint of UGA football. It's impressive shit. It's you're right. He's gonna get a 30 for 30, Doc. But I promise you, bro, he's gonna get a fucking movie as well. He's gonna get a movie. Like, I can damn near guarantee it. He's gonna get a movie 1,000%, especially once the story went national.
You making this movie?
Yeah, I would love. I'm not that creative. I'm not that kind of creative. But if you want to give me a bit role, then I'll play a part. I'll be one of the mean fans in the stands talking shit.
Right.
Because that's what I was as a fan. I was, look, I should talk Stetson Bennett, man. I didn't fucking give him a chance. Every time I saw we were starting him in the game, I'm like, why the fuck are we starting Stetson Bennett? It's like, dude, we got JT Daniels. We got fucking, at that time, Dwan Mathis. I'm like, dude, put those guys in, man. They got potential. This guy's a, 5'10" walk on. Where we all said the same thing over and over again. This kid's a walk on. There are so many people in that same situation that would have allowed it to completely crush them. And he did not. And that's what I'm most impressed by. I guess. Bravo. And on top of the fact that last year, everybody kind of knew the defense carried this team. Right. And by the way, there's no shame in that, right? He was a quarterback, but last year was a defensive identity. He still made plays, of course. But that was our defense's football team. Well, those fucking guys transfer, those guys they gonna get drafted, 15 of them. And he comes back because he's like, I want to win it again. So he not only does he have brass balls, he doubled down because a lot of people would have been like, man, I did the thing. Shit, I don't want to gamble. I don't want to do double or nothing. This fucking guy walks back in. I want to do it again. And he did it again. It's crazy. He did it again. And this time it was his team. Like our team went as Stetson Bennett went this year. Like people are trying to diminish him and say, yeah, they got a great defense. Our defense is pretty good this year. We won what we learned last year. Stetson Bennett won us those games this year. Stetson Bennett won 2 playoff games. That was all Stetson Bennett. That was fucking impressive. He doubled down on the audacity and was like, yeah, I think I can do it again. That's nuts. It's like, wait, what? Yeah, I think I can do it again. Nah, man, you fucking get out of here. Hey, you got your Hollywood ending, Stetson. Get out. He made one movie last year. He comes back. He's like, I want a sequel. Because last time you guys told me that wasn't my team. I want a fucking sequel. I want to do it twice. And this time I'm the captain. What? Yeah. You heard me. I'm the captain. All right, fucking let's go. And once he comes back, fans are mad again. Fans are like, no, get out of here. Think about it. He says he's coming back.
Right.
As a fan base, we all groan like, oh no. Because we're all doing that thing. What we did to Stetson Bennett, we put our own imposed limitations onto him. Because had it been us, we'd have walked away feeling fortunate. Because we don't have brass balls, right? Most people don't have that. Whatever the fuck he has, most people don't have it, right? Me personally, had I got that storybook ending, had I got like that game against Alabama, you took out Alabama to win a national title, you were a walk-on. Dude, you got your ESPN document, you got your 30 for 30. That's a 30 for 30 doc right there. The kid's like, no, fuck that. I want a movie. And this time I'm the star. That's what I'm telling you, bro. Listen, I'm
not disagreeing.
It's Aaron Yeager type shit. This kid is the attack titan, and he's writing history as he goes, and nobody knows it until the end. It's like, oh yeah, it's my book. Fuck you. That's fucking incredible.
Look, I'm sure
it's
that sounds
brilliant.
like a good analogy, but to me, it does not.
It's a good analogy.
That sounds like lazy writing to me.
It's not lazy writing. It's fucking.
You did it to yourself. That's what that sounds like to me.
Yeah, you made the whole thing hard on yourself. All right, you made the whole thing hard on yourself.
You put that stick in your own bike wheel. What are you talking about?
Yes.
Well, look, man.
But that's all. But that's all. That's the only thing I'm trying to impart, man. Look, that was impressive. For him to double down, dude, that was fucking impressive.
Right. Yeah, because we see people double down before and it not work, and
it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
And and we've seen
ask Brett Favre.
Yeah, ask Brett Favre. You guys, what is it, Cardell Jones?
Yes.
I'm coming back, but
I'm
why?
coming back
For my education. Then he leaves early anyway because he's like, this was a mistake. But hey, listen.
Well, not to invoke this name. But you know who else you can compare it to?
What are you doing?
Tom Brady.
All right, hold on. I need to mark the time.
The audacity.
I need to mark the time.
The sheer audacity.
Listen.
Hey, Tom Brady said, I'm going to play till I'm 50. And people laughed at him. He's 45 right now. And
people
he's
listening. if it's not okay. Listen, some drugs are good if it's prescribed to you by your doctor. But outside of that,
Brady,
don't do it. Listen,
I'm
angel dust is not
very
good.
high
Drugs
on
are
the
bad.
this championship.
Oh, are you? I hadn't noticed.
I'm very high on the Futures Championship.
I
This is
didn't even
incredible.
It
This
is
is fucking incredible, man.
It is.
I've never felt so good as a fucking fan of Georgia sports. I didn't even know I could feel this way. I didn't know this was a thing. Man, wow. Let me do it again. Listen, can we make Stetson Bennett like the all-time Georgia quarterback? He's only 25. Like, can he just always be our quarterback?
Who was
Can
it
we do
before
that?
him?
Can we make
Who will he be replacing?
Well, all time on the list. So that's an interesting question because we have had some pretty good quarterbacks throughout the history of Georgia.
Right.
Matthew Stafford. You've got Aaron Murray. You've got Jake Fromm. You've got what's his name? Quincy Carter was a good one. Man, it's another. I'm going to forget somebody. I'm feel really bad about it. Damn, what's his name? Charlie Trippy, which is the legendary Georgia quarterback. But that's before shoes, right? That's when shoes were fucking optional, right? That's the 40s, right? Charlie Trippy was a World War II vet,
right?
You got a lot of, he wasn't. Look, Stetson's not the best skill wise, but then again, maybe he is because damn it, he put some balls in this playoffs against Ohio State. Some of the balls he completed was like, okay, that's high level shit, man. Hey, fuck what all y'all say, man. That's high level shit. I would skill wise, I would say probably Matthew Stafford or Murray's the best ever, but legacy wise and greatness wise, Stetson Bennett's the greatest Georgia quarterback of all time. Like it's signed, still delivered. Like this one here wrote it up. And now the conversation, now you got to put him up there with fucking Herschel. And listen, pre CTE Herschel, listen, I know he's done some things, politically that people don't like. I get it. But Herschel was hands down the greatest player in Georgia history. Like the greatest football player in Georgia history was Herschel Walker. No one would ever debate you about it. Now, if you're at a bar and someone says, "Nah, Stetson Bennett's the greatest dog ever," man, I can fight you, but we're gonna fight to a draw because you're gonna have some stuff because this has been fucking impressive, like wildly impressive, like straight up. I would still give the edge to Herschel because Herschel was so great.
Right.
At the time, the most important position in football, which is what Stetson is now, but Stetson ain't what Herschel was at running back,
Right.
So I would still go Herschel, but if you were to tell me no, it's Stetson, I'm not gonna fight you. Like I'm not. Like all right, not bad choice. So yeah, that's where we're at with it, man. Listen, I'm hoping for a three-peat. I really am. But at this point, if they don't win another one, I'll be okay too because this is great. Straight up, like this is fun. This was very, very fun. I'm very grateful. I don't ever want to get to be like Alabama fan where they just feel entitled to win everything at every time. That's such an ugly fan to be. I'm sorry, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Like it's an entitlement. Like the way Alabama fans behave this year, like about not making the playoffs, it's like, dog, y'all lost 2 games. Like, yeah, but we're Alabama. Oh, fucking K. All right. You lost 2 games.
I mean, yeah, they lost 2 games, but everyone and their mother know that Alabama is better than most teams.
1,000%, but that's not the question, right? Like we're talking about if you're ranking teams on playoffs and you're trying to figure out, okay, we're looking at resumes. TCU had a better resume than Alabama. Are they a better team in actuality? Of course not. I never argue that, right? But listen, the games have to matter. Right? Because if the games didn't matter, we could just do Alabama, Ohio State, Georgia, fucking, and whoever else you want to throw in there. We could just start the season and just do it every year.
Probably should.
So, the games have to matter. So, like listen, next time, meet your own fucking standard. Don't fucking lose to LSU in the dumbest way possible. Don't fucking commit 18 million penalties against Tennessee and lose that game, and you'll be there. But,
I got a question.
I don't ever want to be entitled that way. That's all I'm saying. Right. I'm enjoying this, and I appreciate it. I don't want it to come off as entitlement. I don't.
Right. I got a question.
Yeah.
What kind of breed of horse are you currently sitting on? Is that is
this
that
is
a thoroughbred type of high horse? What kind
this
of breed
is
is that?
a
And does it
man, it's
come stock with his own gallon jug of tea that you can
the
sip
finest of
on with the
course.
pinky out? So
The
what?
finest of course. Yeah, this is a pretty good horse I'm sitting on. I'm feeling good.
I'm all for it, man. Listen, I'm all for it. Unless your team beats my team on the way to a championship, I'm all for it. Always am. Unless it's the Hornets, I don't really care about them.
Yeah, who fuck them? I agree there too.
But yeah, if y'all had beat the Gators, I'd be like, you know what?
Yo,
I'd still be happy for y'all, but I would have. Hey, sorry, man. I can only do 10 minutes on the podcast of that. I don't know. I got stuff to.
I'm not gonna let you go up here and fucking. I'm not gonna let you go over here and show pony. Listen, listen. I appreciate the time for you allowing me to do this.
Of course.
Listen, this is like the fifth time I've talked about it, but it wasn't in podcast form. I appreciate it. I do. I appreciate it. This has been fun.
Hey, yeah, listen. Go SEC, that's what I'm gonna say.
Yes, go SEC, man. Yeah.
And what, next year is the last year for the 14s playoff, right? That's the last time?
Yes, we're gonna go to 12. Yep.
Right. And then all hell's gonna break loose.
Yes. Then you get a chance to see TCU get bludgeoned by somebody else way earlier. So everybody will get their wish, right? You'll get a chance to see TCU get killed by Alabama in round 1 or whatever, or round 2, and then you won't have this problem.
Yeah, I don't think TCU's coming back. I don't think.
Yeah, this is a programming. This is a program. If they come back next year good again, bravo to Sonny Dykes and give him the Coach of the Year award, because that was pretty demoralizing. It's like, dog, we spent all year like it's like realizing like the world is fake and you live in a simulation. Like, wait a minute, we've been living in a fake world this whole time. Like, wait a minute, the shit I was playing on easy the whole time. There's a shark out there that could eat me at any time and I didn't know. Well, that fucking sucks, man. So if they come back good next year, hey, hats off to fucking Sonny Dykes, because this could ruin a program for a couple of years anyway. This could really set you back a year.
What's the drill call that ends up making more basketball players than it does football players? Was the Oklahoma drill?
The Oklahoma drill. Yeah, man.
Y'all Oklahoma drill the entire.
Yeah.
Listen, y'all thought y'all were good at football, but you're not. You're not. Listen, you could say they had a good season and a good resume and all that, but listen. Maybe
you can only play who
right. You can only play,
right.
You know,
who's on your schedule
in front of you. But look, NFC South, someone got in the playoffs, but we all know that conference was trash. You know, it's like someone had to make it.
Somebody's got to make it. Yeah.
They played who they had to play, but it's like, come on now, if they played good teams constantly, like, you know, an SEC.
They wouldn't be. Yeah.
So like, that's why I'm ready for the college playoff system to change. It's not really changing to what I want, but it's 13 people getting in the room picking 4 teams. It seems stupid. But hey, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the Bulldogs. Congratulations to the state of Georgia for this. Yeah, I got other things going on. But
fuck that other thing. All right, I'm not paying attention.
No, we're just here to celebrate the dog. Kirby Smart, Stephen Benson, whoever the name is, all the players eating chicken on the sideline, not being disrespectful or anything like that.
No, they were hungry.
They were hungry. You had to feed them. You know, they were hungry. They expelled a lot of energy. Not as much as TCU players, because you know they got to sit down in the third quarter because they put in backups for Georgia, you know, but it's whatever. Congratulations. I hope the horse ride is nice and good. I hope the parade goes good. I hope that tea doesn't give you diabetes because you've been sipping that sweet tea for 2 years now.
For 2 years now, man. It seems awfully good.
It's not. I just hope it ends well. If y'all 2-peat but call it a 3-peat, then hey, more power to you. But yeah, I hope you enjoy the next 300 and whatever days into the next college playoffs. I really do. I hope you enjoy the moment as long as you can.
I'm sure I will.
I'm sure you will let us know. So you good? You good for now? Or you need to expel anything else?
No, man, I'm good. That felt good. That felt awesome. All right, celebrating publicly. All right. Yeah. Wish I had a cigar. I can make it more proper.
I'm surprised you don't.
I am driving right now, so that's why. But yeah, I would. If I was at home, I would.
Right. Well, all right. I think that's enough.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Of course.
For your time, your excellency. I yield my time. Well,
how gracious of you. I appreciate that. All right, y'all, take it easy.